Finding the Flex is a project designed for people to come and work on their own projects in their own time. So on Mondays, Tuesdays and Saturdays, people can come into the studio and work on whatever they want to work on. Finding the Flex was set up because some of the artists who come to Pyramid went to visit other studios and they were really impressed by what they do there, and they wanted to be able to have a studio at Pyramid. So it was a way for them to come and work on their own projects without having to pay to be in a group or pay to have a one-to-one development team. The trips to other studios have been really important to show people what there is out there. Here at Pyramid, we're always trying to involve everyone in the decision process of how it moves forward. Part of the reason of going on these trips and seeing how other organisations run is so that I can see how they're running it, but it's not me who's using the service, I'm kind of here facilitating it. So we need people who actually use the service, who it's designed for, involved in the change. I've really seen people's confidence grow a lot. There's some people who were really shy when I first started working with them. They were used to kind of being in large groups and not having as much time to work on whatever project they wanted to, and seeing the confidence grow in them to make different decisions, to kind of change ways of working and not work in just one singular way. Once a month I run a Spark session, which is kind of like a skill share. So it's a chance for people to try out a new skill, and then the idea is that that could then spark them onto using that skill in a different way.
This is like a thing I made in like a pottery workshop that Pyramid offered. I imagine that if I do pottery more often it would improve, it would get even better, but I quite like doing sort of strange creatures and stuff.
A lot of the time we have seen people carry on using those. So off the back of Lee showing us to use the 3D printer, one of our members, Chris, really enjoyed it and then 3D printed all of his Christmas presents for his family on the 3D printer. Once a month we run sharing sessions, which are kind of like a show and tell. They benefit people by giving people a chance to just show their work in an informal way. So rather than keeping your work to yourself and then waiting until it's finally finished and then showing it to everyone. If you're showing people what you've been working on in its earlier stages, if you're a bit stuck with something, then somebody might have a good bit of advice, like practical advice, or just give people a chance to see what works and what doesn't. I don't think they would have necessarily shown each other all of that work if it wasn't in a bit more of a structured setting. So it's a chance for people to see each other's work in a safe environment without it feeling too forced. The difference I've seen in people's practice who come and access the studio has been massive, actually. There's some people who only thought that they were interested in drawing before, but have given like sculpture a go, have tried out like ceramics, have tried all of these different skills.